It's always good when news breaks and you're not at home. As you can see, this is not my surrounding area. However, I had to post this. It's here we go. Victor Gyökeres is going to be an Arsenal player. And as much as we all believed it was probably going to happen at some point, isn't it so good now, Gooners, that it's now confirmed? David Ornstein reporting it first. Romano putting out the here we go. Victor Gyökeres, he's going to be an Arsenal player. And you know what? It excites me still. I'm buzzing for it. I was buzzing last week when it was announced that we were going all out for him. I'm, of course, buzzing still that it is, of course, going to be him that we are going to get. That first goal that he scores, the celebrations and the replica of all of his goal celebration is going to be throughout the Emirates or, of course, wherever he scores. Look, I think he's going to bag. I've got to be honest. I've said this. A lot of people have said that there's going to be absolutely no kind of absolute guarantees. But I just have the confidence that he's going to be putting the ball in the back of the net. And people that have said to me, why do you think that? Well, Havertz got 15 goals. Mourinho, I think, got 9. Jesus got 10 before his injury. This guy doesn't have much of an injury record, and I'm touch wood when I say that. When I look at what he could do in front of goal, ahead of the likes of Havertz, ahead of the likes of Mourinho, ahead of the likes of Jesus, it has to be said, I think he could be scary. I think this is a game-changing signing. It's one we all wanted. It's one that I said if it wasn't Isak, I want it to be Victor Gyökeres. It's one that I said if we weren't going to go all out for a Julian Alvarez or a Victor Osimhen, I wanted him ahead of Ekitike, ahead of Benjamin Sesko, because he's bagging. And people that make me laugh, they're like, yeah, I'm still not sure about Victor Gyökeres. I think Sesko might have been the better fit. Sesko scored less goals. Ekitike scored less goals. Osimhen has scored less goals. Alvarez has scored less goals. I think Isak has scored less goals. So we've got the guy who in the last 2 years has scored the most goals in Europe. Why can't we be happy? We shouldn't be. We should be happy. We shouldn't not be excited about this one. I'm buzzing for it. I actually want to go and get a shirt now with Victor Gyökeres on the back. That's how mad it is. And that might rattle a few of the fan base. Oh, you're always moaning. Now look at you flip-flopping. You want to go get the shirt and get the bag? Yeah, I do. And you know what? I should do. Because this is the business that Arsenal should be doing. Arsenal should be getting a number 9. That's just what should be happening. I'm not looking at this scenario thinking, this is a surprise. Arsenal have bought a striker. Arsenal should have done this 5 years ago, right? Let's just say it how it is. Arsenal should have done this 5 years ago. What Victor Gyökeres will do is bring the following. He'll bring a focal point. He'll bring a target man. He'll be able to link up play. He'll be able to be a killer in the box. He'll be able to do stuff in the air, flicking it on, heading it down to the likes of Saka, Martinelli, whoever it may be. He's also going to be able to use both feet. And his ball carrying stats are phenomenal. I don't know if anyone's seen them, but they are so good. If you look at Kai Havertz's ball carrying and Victor Gyökeres, Gyökeres leaves Havertz dead in the water. It has to be said. For me, Victor Gyökeres is the perfect striker for what Arsenal need right now. Because Arsenal have needed what for so long? A killer in the box. Now, a lot of people have compared this to the Haaland type signing. I don't want to do that because I don't think he's going to score 50 goals like Haaland did, right? But I kind of appreciate where people are going with this. I don't think he's going to score anywhere near the level of Haaland. But I will say this. He will be the focal point. And it will be interesting now how our style is. Because we have to change our style of play if we want this to work. There's absolutely no way that it could work if we continue to play the way that we have under Mikel Arteta in the last 12 to 18 months, when it's been quite rigid, quite compact, resolute, flinging balls into boxes, set piece FC, relying on corners and free kicks. We can do a little bit of that, but we can't make that the whole game because he's just going to be silent throughout it. You need to be able to hit him. He will come deep, but let's just be real. You want Gyökeres in the box. How many times last season did we see Bukayo Saka down the right-hand side, swinging the ball in, drilling the ball across the box, no one there? Mikel Merino deep, Havertz deep, Merino too deep, like Odegaard too deep. Even Jesus, to be fair, in that false 9 role has been too deep. I think this guy is in and around the box. Now, one thing people have questioned, and I appreciate this because obviously it's come from the Portuguese league, is you get a lot more space in the Portuguese league. And in the Premier League, you're not going to get that, right? Let me tell you this. The goals that I have seen him score have sometimes be when he's got 2 or 3 guys around him and he's spun them and he's put it in the bottom corner. So I have no problem with Victor Gyökeres whatsoever when it comes to being in tight spaces. And I think he's going to prove people wrong. I really do. I think the people that are questioning him, the people that are saying, can he do it in the Premier League? Could he go from 100 goals in Portugal to go and do it in the Premier League? Well, I'll tell you some players that have been good and successful in the Premier League from Sporting Lisbon. Not just Nani and Ronaldo. Look at Europe. Di Maria come from the Portuguese league. Yeah? Rafael Leao, people are talking about everybody wants from AC Milan. He come from the Portuguese league. Don't tell me that there's not been great players that have come from Portugal and that it's an absolute farmers league. Tell me another 2 players, just 2, alongside Gyökeres, that have got 45 goals. Just tell me 2. You can't. Tell me 2 from last season that got near to 40 to 50 goals. You can't, because he's the only one doing it. So surely, even though I believe that it's a risk, because it's a risk whenever you buy any signing, let alone a striker, I don't know how anyone can believe it's not worth the punt on this. This is a phenomenal signing for Arsenal, and one that I'm so excited to see. What we have to appreciate with Gyökeres and Zubimendi is that there is absolutely no excuses for Martin Odegaard this season not to have a good season. Because what I saw from Martin Odegaard last year wasn't good enough. But let me tell you this, he doesn't need to drop as deep because Zubimendi's there. Declan Rice is also there. And you've got now an absolute gunman to provide service with and create for. So Martin Odegaard should have a good season this season. Now, I know people are going to be talking about Eze, and in typical Arsenal fashion, we haven't even got this one across the line officially yet, and we're already looking towards Eze as being the next one. I appreciate that's what we want. We all want that. And I think the reason that's gone quiet is because we've been solely concentrating on this. Now, I'm frustrated that it's taken this long, and I'm frustrated that it's been add-ons of 2 million and we were trying to haggle it down, but it's done now. Let's just get it over and done with. Let's just forget that it was going to be one of those scenarios of, you know, oh, we're haggling. I was frustrated. It's done. Hopefully, along with Mosquera, who I believe is done as well, they can both join the Arsenal setup and they're both good for pre-season. Let's just pray and hope that that's the case. So I'm in a scenario now where I'm starting to get excited about what this first team might look like. We all know what the back line is. The back 5 picks itself. We all know what the midfield trio is. Now we know what the midfield 3 is. And now we know what the attacking 3 is. So you look at Gyökeres now through the centre with Saka and Martinelli either side. We're looking to upgrade potentially on Martinelli. We're looking to bring in another attacking midfielder. And I don't think Arsenal are done. Yesterday when I saw Arteta saying he wants more money from the Cronkies, he ain't done yet. More players are coming. Andrea Bert has done this, that and the third. I think we are getting more players. And where I want to end is on Andrea Berta. Because a lot of people have questioned him, and I think rightly so. Look, I was really excited when he came in, and I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm reassured we'll have a good summer now. I think he is massive, key, and pivotal to this signing. Because he steered us away from Sesko. They said they wanted too much. He went, right, let's steer you back towards Gyökeres. He's reasonable. He's a better striker. He's going to fit into the system. He's bagging goals. He's the one in Europe everyone's talking about. Arsenal, let's go and get him. And that's what we have to say thank you to Andrea Berta for. And you know what? A lot of people won't give him credit for this, and I've been guilty of not giving him enough credit in the past. But Arteta does as well, because you know what? He's been told, trust this guy, work alongside him. He's going to help you. He wants Gyökeres. What do you think? And he's gone, let's do it. And it looks like he's done. He wanted Arsenal, and that to me excites me. When a player is that hungry for your club, I think it's an exceptional opportunity for you to go and get that guy. Now, I'm not talking about the likes of Cole Jenkinson, big up to Cole, who was a Gooner and wanted to play for Arsenal, because that's like a dream, and a dream come true that looked like something that would never happen. Victor Gyökeres could have gone to anybody in Europe, to be fair, but he only wanted Arsenal, and that has to be a good sign. So I'm going to tip him to score 20 goals in the Premier League this season. I think that's the target. He can't get 15 because that's what Havertz did. So for me, as long as he stays fit, 20 goals in the Premier League is what I expect. The pressure is on, 100%. Arteta, pressure is on. You now have your striker. You now have your bagsman. You now have your gunman. Let's put the pressure on. He's given Arsenal an unbelievable chance of winning the league. So let's go and do it. Big up to everyone. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Victor Gyökeres. Here we go to Arsenal.